Hello SLAPAFISH community, and welcome back to another World Tanks console video. So in this video, I'm going to be listing the top 10 best pieces of equipment for light tanks. Also, keep in mind this is my list, so yeah. So, also if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing because it's free and it helps out the channel a ton. And if you disagree with this list, or you think another piece of equipment should be on this list, let me know in the comment section below. So, let's just get on to the number 10 spot. So the number 10 spot actually is two pieces of equipment. That's the Spalliner that reduces ramming and explosion defense, ramming and basically getting hit by explosive by 50%, and your crew survives 50% more. So that's basically on the off chance that you ram a tank. Since you're a light tank, you're probably going like 80, 90, 100 kilometers, and you probably want to survive that ram. Not supposed to be ramming in the light tanks, but maybe you want to survive that ram. And the crew survival rate is by, like, hey, if you don't run med kits. Like, in some of my light tanks, I don't run med kits. So Spalliner is always good for that. And also, if you're getting shot by high explosive, that some people do when they're shooting at light tanks, it won't do as much damage. But let's talk about the other piece of equipment I ranked as number 10. Now, the only reason this piece of equipment is ranked at number 10 is because it's not on every single light tank. If it was on every single light tank, then it would be ranked so much higher. It would possibly ranked up in the top 5. And that's the advanced suspension. Advanced suspension. So the advanced suspension improves your track durability by 50%, giving your track 50% more health. Basically, making sure you don't get track as much. So that's always really helpful, especially when you're like in a light tank, you're going fast in the enemy like base or something. You don't want to get tracked. You don't want to lose your speed because your mobility is your weapon in a light tank. And also the other bonus is a 50% less fall damage, which is really nice when you're going 70, 80, 90, 100 kilometers and you fall off a cliff or something. Yeah. Advanced suspension, if it was on every single light tank, it would go so much higher on this list, like top 5. But yeah. So let's move on to the number 9. Number 9 is the advanced repair system, and all it does is repair stuff 25% faster. That includes your gun, and most important for a light tank, your track. Because your track, keeping your track on is so great on your light tank because, again, mobility is your weapon in a light tank. So let's move on to the number 8 spot. Improved ventilation basically improves everything about your tank by 5%. So better spotting, better gun stats, and better stuff by 5%. So yeah. Number 7 is the enhanced targeted info. Now, most people would probably rank this a lot higher on the list, or some people wouldn't even consider it on the list. Now, the enhanced target info outlines a target and shows penetration chance. Well, when you're an active light tank and you're just out there fighting and brawling and being active, and you're not shooting through bushes or trees and stuff like that, I don't see a point of using this because it's just a piece of equipment spot that you're not probably going to use if you're an active light tank. And there's way more important pieces of equipment, more useful pieces of equipment on the tank to give your tank a better chance of survival and winning and stuff like that. I mean, if you're a passive scout, yes, use it because you're shooting through bushes, you're being passive, you're using bushes, you're using trees and stuff like that. Use it on those passive light tanks. Number 6 is the advanced loader, commonly known as the gun rammer. Now, all this does is improve your reload speed by 10%. Makes you reload your gun by 10% faster. So, higher DPM when you're in a brawling situation, or you just really want higher DPM. That extra extra second off your reload could be life or death. So yeah. Number 5. What's the point of reloading faster if you can't actually hit your shots? And that means number 5 is the gun stabilizer, which improves your accuracy while moving your turret and tracks by 20%. So basically when you're on the move and brawling with other light tanks or circling other tanks, like using your mobility and you're trying to shoot on the move, 20% more accuracy while shooting on the move while turning your turret is really nice. That's why it is ranked higher than the advanced loader, because if you can't actually hit your shots, what's the point of reloading faster? Number 4. So number 4 is concealment. This is really helpful on passive light tanks. This is very, very important for passive light tanks. Advanced concealment. So the advanced concealment gives you more camo. Used to, the advanced concealment used to be called the camo net. It gave you a 25% boost in camo. It might have been 10 or 15, I don't remember the exact, but it was pretty high, and all you had to do to get that bonus was to sit still for 3 seconds, and you could not move. Then Wargaming changed it during 6.0 and changed the values of the advanced concealment depending on the tank you're driving and tank class. And it always worked, even if you're on the move or not. And it's just like adding camo to your tank. So yeah, advanced concealment is always really good because you don't want to get spotted in a light tank, especially when you're passive spotting. And also, it's really nice to not be detected so you can sneak up on people. So number 3 is actually 2 pieces of equipment I put at number 3. The reason there's the second one, which I'll get into a second, is because it's only available in Cold War, Era 2 and Era 3. So number 3 is the optics, the advanced optic, which gives you 10% better view range. One of the light tank's strengths, one of the light tank's jobs as a light tank is to light up the enemy team for your team. Hence, the name of the class is called Light. You light up the enemy team. Yeah, see what I did there? Anyway, better view range is always really great. So, also, the other piece of equipment I was talking about for number 3 is the enhanced missile warning system. The enhanced missile warning system. Now, the actual use of the missile warning system is let you know when a missile is being fired from the enemy team, which is not really helpful for light tanks. But we want to focus on the passive boost of the piece of equipment, which gives you 5% better view range and also allows you to keep up targets by two more seconds. So that allows you to spot longer, spot a bigger range, and allows them to be spotted for even longer. So missile warning system is like one that combine that with optics, missile warning system, situation awareness, and like anything improves your view range and keeps targets up for a long time, ruins the enemy team. It really does. It's such a combination. I wish we had it in World War II. It'd be so fun. But yeah, I know why we don't. So let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is the traction system. Like I said before, your speed is your weapon. Mobility is your weapon. Light tanks are known for 3 things: concealment, spotting, and mobility. Your mobility is your weapon. You lose your mobility, you are pretty much dead because you don't have the gun to fight, you don't have the armor to survive, but you have your mobility. So the traction system improves your top speed by 10% and your chassis and hull rotation by 10% also. So it means you can turn faster and turn your turret even faster by 10% and also a higher top speed by 10%. Better mobility. Mobility is a weapon for light tanks. Now, number 1 is the powertrain. The powertrain gets ranked higher than the traction system because the powertrain gives you a 5% top speed boost, where the traction system gave you a 10%, but the powertrain also improves your horsepower by 5%. And horsepower is really important for a light tank because it allows you to get to your top speed even faster, gets you to go faster, it keeps you at your top speed for longer. Like, power to weight ratio is such an important thing. If you don't have it, then you're going to be a very slow light tank. There's light tanks that have really high top speed, but never meet that top speed. because they have terrible power to weight ratio. Take the Amex 40. It goes like 40 or 50, but it never reaches above 20 because its power to weight ratio is like 8 or 7. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that thing goes fast. It does. It just never gets there. Anyway, yeah, that's my equipment for the best equipment for light tanks. That's my list, my opinion, and stuff like that. Let me know what you think of the list. And also remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Also Remember to SLAPAFISH, because why not? And peace out. See ya.